So what you just watched for nearly a minute straight were ultimate animations within UBG. Before I start, this video is mainly going to focus on how I perceive the fundamentals of the game. Other players find the fundamentals differently or by playing through the game and naturally having their own perception of it. Please take everything I say with a slight grain of salt. I'll split this video in a few segments and I'll try to make these as simple as possible. Anyways, enough stalling, let's get to coaching. Untitled Boxing Game, or UBG for short, is a boxing game inspired by the anime Hajime no Ippo, so most fighting styles in this game are directly inspired by it. First off, you have literally 5 to 6 buttons. You can't mess it up. But for now, let's focus on these 2 buttons, the light punch and the heavy punch. Your light punch is pretty simple. It just throws a punch from either your left or your right side. If you tap it repeatedly, you will do a combo string. If you played literally any Roblox fighting game, this should be familiar. Next is your heavy punch. Now, you see how this punch winds that shit back? That'll be important later, but for now, just get used to using these 2 buttons. Now you know that, let's learn about dodging is important as throwing your punches against your opponent. What dodging does is make sure that you don't get hit by your opponent. Simple, yet hard. By default, your dodge button is your spacebar. You know, that big button on your keyboard? Yeah, that button. That's your dodge button. If you dodge towards the punch, depending if it's left or right, you can do a perfect dodge, or PD for short. It leaves your opponent wide open for literally anything. For a few short seconds, your opponent is left open for either a heavy attack, a combo string, or an ultimate. With that out of the way, let's go to... Ultimates in this game are pretty simple. You just click the key assigned to it and boom, the ultimate has been let loose. A majority of ultimates deal around 50% of damage. Not literally 50% of their health, but at least the last vestiges of their health. Some ultimates, however, vary depending on certain conditions, but for this example, we'll use White Ash. Ultimates are more of a tool to use to end fights or gain an advantage rather than something to use to mock. A good ult play can make or break a match. Just like with dodging, blocking is just as important. Blocking allows you to do 2 things in particular. Blocking allows you to shave off damage coming towards you and allows you to take a beating. If your opponent throws an ult without thinking, you can just block the ult. Blocking works like a double-edged sword. With the hits taken, blocking also has an amount before it breaks. This is called block break, a mechanic that leaves you wide open for blocking too much. Be sure not to do this. Unless you're a 600 IQ guy, block breaking will almost always leave you into a losing situation. Or, if you're on the other end, it'll leave your opponent wide open for anything. Feints are a mechanic that most players do by complete accident. One moment they're throwing a heavy attack, and suddenly they click the light attack, and something happens. This is called a feint, a way to bait your opponent into do something misleading or to catch a dodge. Feints can be done in 1 of 2 ways. One way is heavy into light, and the other is light into heavy. Both have their uses in a match. Countering is a mechanic within UBG that's a bit more sophisticated and complex. A counter happens when you hit your opponent right after they decide to throw a punch. Basically, you hit before they do. Counters also do extra damage to your opponent or to you. Be careful when you do counters though, as it's a high risk, high reward mechanic. I don't plan to make another video on this, but if you want me to make a more advanced video, then I'll be okay with making a more advanced version. Do you want me to cover styles and what they do? I don't mind doing those too. Honestly, I don't really have an idea of if I want to continue this or if you guys want more, but be sure to leave a comment if you guys do. As for tips, I got a few. Shields can be used to bait dodges. Not a lot of people know this, but if the opponent you're fighting reacts a lot, they can mainly panic dodge from a shield tap. This is mostly helpful for counter type styles and overall good to test your opponent's reaction time. Fair warning, it is a double-edged sword. If your opponent knows what you're doing, then you might get hit a lot. Use your shield to wait out hurried punches. If your opponent likes to drop combos and throw out punches to try and counter you, you can use your shield to slow your movement and better your timing. It's a tip that most ranked players use, dragging out your feints. Feints don't have to be instant. You can drag out your feints by a couple of seconds. Dragging them out will most likely throw off your opponent's timing and likely catch them. You can mix up your timing with instant ones and really smack them into oblivion. And that's about it. If you found this video informational, then leave a thumbs up. If you want more, then you can leave a comment. Otherwise, it's up to you to subscribe. Thanks, and I'll see you in the ring.